brothers, welcome back to Territorial IO. We're starting off today here in a 25-person free-for-all battle here in Caucasia. Posting against humans is not allowed. We picked a lovely little spot for ourselves in the neck. I'm hoping this gets a little bit more congested down here. I picked this neck spot to be, a little bit more of a contentious spot and see if I can win from here, as this is far from the optimal spot, as you do get the convergence of the north and the south into this area. So unless you can hold off both, you're in a bit of trouble. Now we're gonna have to be worrying about a strong south as we do start to move out, as well as having to fight for the land that we have with this young compatriot over here. So we'll have to kind of see what our options are. North is looking a little bit more open, but south is definitely looking the most open. So we will go into our infinite growth phase. I'm gonna wait for one more tick and then I'm gonna go. And actually, let's just go right now. I think I can hold off and make sure that this all lasts until we get more troops. And I think that's gonna be enough for us to continue it out indefinitely, and hopefully I am right. But I wanted to squeeze through a couple bots and we were able to get through over here, which is gonna be a big coup for us, and getting all this land down here is also very, very important for us. So we'll continue to keep going down south. We are running out of troops though, so let's go ahead and start expanding outwards. Now, no direct direction we are going to by any means, but we do need to get as much of this land as we possibly can. Again, wanting to be big enough that we're not a target and able to hold off a lot of people around us. And unfortunately, this guy, I'm thinking he went AFK or he dropped and hasn't quite become a bot yet. Now we will have to watch out for his troop count, but I think he's small enough to not have to super worry about that. But a stroke of good luck for us nonetheless. As we continue our expansion path, we have a lot of strength to be able to get moving down south and hopefully up north, as well as these bots do weaken themselves. We do have a good amount of troops and I feel like flexing them. So let's go ahead and just push out in all directions all at once, as I think the land that we're going to get is going to justify the troops that we spend and waste, as I'm hoping that we're strong enough to be able to kind of hold this all together. We'll have to kind of wait and see on that one though, as we'll grab this last bot here, and that will complete our expansion, at least for the beginning part of the game. So we are rather large with 76,000 troops to our name. Let's go ahead and clear out this bot since it only really has us to attack. This guy before he becomes a bot. And now we'll hold the line here, building up troops. We do have to worry about this person directly below us, who we knew was going to be a threat. Wasn't fully expecting him to be in second place, and he's a close second place. So is there a chance that a lot of people decide, hey, I'm going to go after this Corgi Circus guy, the Crown? Yeah, that's a realistic thing, that these three would all kind of team up against me. So we'll go ahead and take an alliance with you, and hopefully you will want to be our friend. But in this direct escapade, we're going to just save. Now we can get these two guys over here very easily that this guy cannot get. So that is going to be our first objective here. It's good to see that these two are fighting. Hopefully they continue that. And I like your move up here. I'm going to keep saving, wait for this guy. You know what? Let's just go right now. Let's get a little bit adventurous here. Go for a little bit of land and see what we can do on our own, as we do get a good chunk of land for not that many troops. And I'm pretty happy about that. Now you are going into this guy as well. Now we could turn the tables and go into you, but that is a big risk that we would be taking. And I'd much rather just save up and play it a little bit more on the safe side, since we already have such an advantage. And there goes our buddy here. Let's try and get an alliance with you and just keep saving up. Now he's the only one that has attacked us. He might have done that with the assumption that there were going to be other people joining him. But for right now, nobody else has, which is wonderful news for us. So again, we'll get to our red interest mark, and then you know what? He's weak enough. Let's just go into him. Let's see if anybody else wants to join in with this, and see if anybody else wants to be our friend. Yeah, 2 million. Yeah, keep attacking other people. That's a very foolish maneuver, and I'm very happy to see that go in our favor, as we have a good amount of troops. Now the reason I attacked him now instead of waiting is because our interest marks would be at red interest marks would be so similar that it didn't seem worthwhile saving, as we already have such an advantage on him. And you're going over into Poland, which is wonderful for us, buying us a little bit of time. No, you join in on helping us. That's wonderful news. We'll keep the pressure up here. That's great news. I do not like how you're coming in over here though. Fortunately for us, you're getting attacked, so I'm just going to rob you of any kind of beachhead that you could possibly have, and should the time come, we can kick you off rather effectively. But you're dealing with your own drama right now, so let's continue in on our victory path of attacking this guy. You have not given me an alliance, which is a little bit unfortunate. I am gonna go ahead and take out this guy as well, just really quickly. Grab a little bit extra land, prevent anybody else from grabbing it themselves, and using that to our advantage as we continue to keep pushing down south into this very large Chad. Now, is there a good chance that these two will work against us? Yeah, we have to worry about FR is getting awfully big. In fact, he might steal the crown, but this guy we know is always going to be enemy, and we might be able to convince this guy to help us fight the FR player. In fact, he does steal the crown away from us. Now we can quickly turn the tables and attack. First off, blood, we're going to grab your land. That seems definitely worthwhile, and go into you, and then you as well. Let's just go ahead and grab all of this. This definitely seems worthwhile. And there we go. We got a ton of troops and a ton of land. Now we just need to be able to hold it for a minute as FR is wanting to attack. Okay, go ahead, charge. If you want to do that, go get him. Okay, he is. This is actually something that's to my benefit. Now, could I attack him right now? I'm going to boat over, in fact. I want to steal as much land away from FR as I possibly can, and I do feel like this could really work out to our benefit. Now, is there a chance that AK could attack us? Yes, but I feel like in that regard, we would be a lot stronger. Let's go ahead and just start pushing now, as we're not going to get there in time, and we can rob a lot of land if we move fast now, as he's not quite to 160 yet, so we're moving faster than him and grabbing that land. There we go. Now we do a threat assessment. Jeff is going to be a big problem for us, but he is working down the Sheesh Empire, so let's go ahead and take out our biggest threat, which is going to be this bot FR guy. We definitely need to get him down as soon as possible, because as soon as Jeff is over here, we can really count on Jeff joining in the fight against us. Now, there's nothing to say that bot would work against us by any means, but there's no point in risking it, as if we take out bot, it's a guaranteed victory for us. But if we were to trust the alliance and wait till Jeff got over here, things could very much not work for us in our favor. I'm going to go ahead and take that alliance with Sheesh Empire and let him kind of work down Jeff, as that's a very beneficial arrangement for me. It allows me to freely go into bot more and more, knowing that I hopefully won't face a 3v1, because Sheesh will have to worry about Jeff on his backside. So we'll continue this fight. The more that bot fights back, the faster this actually goes for us. So I'm pretty keen on that, as long as we keep our attacks right before that bar fills up. Make sure we rob him of the slight bonus you get when the bar does fill up to your troop count. Sheesh did attack me. That was kind of what I was a little bit fearful of. But at this point, I'm not the most worried about it, because AK hasn't joined in. If AK joins in, then we'll start to kind of rearrange the system. But I can't really attack Sheesh, because then that would free Jeff, and that's not good. Just these two joining in. Let's try and get an alliance with you. Do you want to be my friend? I don't necessarily need your friendship at this point, but I would like to secure it, just to again make sure that I don't lose out. AK does accept that alliance, so there we go. Things are looking much better for us, as bot is down to 5 million troops, and we can quickly run through the rest of his lands and then turn in on Sheesh, as he will not have the troops to be able to do enough. 8 million is not going to do enough against. Then there's bot. He's out of the way and gone. And now we turn our wrath on the Sheesh Empire. So let's go ahead and save up for a little bit, get it back up to our red interest mark, make sure that we're at our maximum advantage here, as there is no rush, as we have 55%. There is nothing that anybody can do against us, and we'll start pushing down the Sheesh Empire. So as soon as we get him out, then we'll worry about what happens next. I'll see what Jeff does. Looks like Jeff gave an alliance with Sheesh to be able to work in on me, so not exactly a friend on my regard, but he played for the win, so I'm respectful on that. AK left me alone. Jeff, no, I'm afraid, sir, that was not meant to be, is the piece. We're just gonna immediately attack Jeff and take him down. And this poor guy, you know what, I'll give you an alliance. I'm with you, brother. We can work together on this. Bulgaria, yeah, GG's, Jeff. We'll give you the claps of good sportsmanship on your way out, as that works to our favor. Having AK hold the line for us wasn't potentially something we needed, but helped out a lot in the speed of this. So there we go, a nice little victory for your boy. The first game of the day, as we will give the claps of good sportsmanship, give the peace to let everybody know that's what we're looking for. One ye kissy face for the boys, and then we'll look for the peace on this game and go on to the next game. All right, next game up, we're going to continue our free-for-all free-for-all trend here. We're going to go on to the mountains, one of my favorite maps in the entire game. I do love the mountains, with the kind of variety of lakes and mountains that kind of spice things up, makes things interesting. They're also lower pop games, which again makes things more interesting, because you cannot ride anybody out. Everyone's going to be very big. So let's go ahead and get started here. What are our big threats? Well, obviously that player over in the east is going to be a big problem for us. He's going to be able to get big, and we're not going to have a lot of opportunity to stop him, because he's going to be able to go around this mountain range. So that's a very good spawn for him. The player in the west, not so much worried about, because he does have a couple of compatriots to deal with himself. So we'll see how big we can get. We do have a lot of open space around us, so I'm not going to go into my infinite growth phase too early, so we don't kind of sputter out very early on. But I do think this next one will be kind of our mark to go. Let's go ahead and go now and see how big we can get. And we are able to continue that. So I don't think I'm going to be able to squeeze through here, and that was kind of the risk I took with not sending earlier, but that's okay. We can make it up in the bot phase. So let's go ahead and get these big bots that are full sending and get this bot out of the way that only has us to attack. That is a darn shame. We lost a little bit of momentum on that, but nothing we can't recover. It's all small things that we can make into bigger things for ourselves. Small opportunities everywhere. So what's our goal? Where are we growing? Nowhere in particular. We do want to rob player 475 of as much land as possible and deprive him of the option to come over here into his west, and really slow that down as much as we can, because the weaker he is, the more we're able to cut him off, the better for us in the long run. So we are able to cut him off effectively. Let's just grab this last spot here, and then that will complete everything. As yes, he is in fact cut off from being able to go any farther west. So now we have to worry about this bad player. I don't know how to say that, Canstat, as he's going to be a big threat. He's very aggressively pushing towards me. He's asking for an alliance because he spent so much troops on his expansion. Now Turk is also very weak, and that is a good target for us to get. Let's grab this guy up here so he stops attacking us, and just keep pushing for all this last bit of land that we can grab, as we do finally get to 60,000 pixels. So we will be moving very fast. Grab the rest of this, and now we have to watch out for you. You have not gone down into any of this area, which is interesting, which probably means you're gearing up for an attack on me, which I'm obviously not a big fan of. I think my best target would be going down south. Bob, would you like to work with me? Let's just knock this guy down. No need to let him save up. Let's see if you want to go into him and you want to go into him. This guy has so much troops and so much land and so little troops. I'd be surprised if I did this alone. Absolutely, I'll take an alliance with you. It's not going to be an alliance that lasts forever, but it could be an alliance that lasts long enough, as 475 does in fact go in. Rise of Bob is instead choosing to wait this one out a little bit, which is perfectly fine. But there's the full send on us. Let's go ahead and grab as much land as we possibly can. Bob is going to have a little bit of an advantage on us, but we might be able to convince him to go into player 475 instead of attacking us, as Bob is in second place. Now, this is a position where we wait as long as we can. I do think it would be hard for me to take on both these players at the same time, should they agree to do that. And Bob has a lot of opportunity to go down south, which is a little bit scary, but we do have ice over here. So let's go ahead and get an alliance with ice and see what we can do on that front. Not too worried about him taking the crown right now, because I do have a lot of opportunity over here against Turk, should that need arise. And in fact, 80,000 is good enough. Let's go ahead and grab this, especially as I saw the blue player coming in over here. So let's grab the rest of this, see how big we can get. We do in fact get the crown back for ourselves. Bob's going to take it back here shortly with that giant player down here. He's going to be able to get. Let's grab this. We'll take an alliance with you. Wow, he did not get the crown. Very interesting. That is a concern, because we will need to fight Bob here shortly. But let's continue to just keep saving up our troops, maximize our advantage. There's the full send against Bob. Hopefully these players get a good chunk of it, but Bob's going to be moving faster as he's above 60,000 pixels. So he thinks he's going to just be able to roll through the rest of things, but I'm just going to be saving up for my time to strike, and hopefully I'll have player 475 and ice on my side as we kind of converge and pincer move together. So that is the goal. Let's see if we can convince some people to do this. Let's just give the thumbs up, thumbs down, see if anybody wants to be a part of this. And ice says yes, let's go. 475's in, good. Ice is not quite in, but we'll keep pushing. Ice is in now. Good, good, good. Now, we're not out of the woods yet. Things are going to be very contentious for us, as we will have the crown by the end of this. But keep in mind, we do have this AS. Oh, he did full send us. Very unfortunate regard there. That might actually work out to our favor, though, as we may not be the big threat here. Holy cow, where are all your troops, sir? This is a great little maneuver for me, as you have wasted a lot of troops. Let's just aggressively push for this. And that might have won us the game here, is his over attack. Now we have so much land, and we don't have as many enemies that we potentially could have. That's not to say we don't have any enemies, but we don't have as many as we potentially did, as ASM does in fact take this opportunity, and so does ice go into us. Now, will we have the troops to hold off both? We did get a little bit greedy there, and that is going to be a fact, but we might be able to convince one of them to stop attacking us. We just need a little bit of time to hold off. Attack on Titan has also joined in. That is going to be a major L on our part. We pushed too greedily into player 475, and we paid the price. I saw that opportunity to get rid of a big person against me, and unfortunately I just couldn't make it work for us. So that is how this game's going to end, unfortunately for us. Attack on Titan will probably be next, and ice will probably win this game. So a little bit unfortunate for us, but GG's. We'll give the claps of good sportsmanship on our way out, as we tried our best on that one, but in fact did lose. ASM I knew should have been a target earlier, but he was probably going to be the person I turned on next to be able to push him off, but I didn't do that. So we'll say GG's all involved. Go ahead and watch the rest of this game here, see how it ends up. And as we do start to wrap things up, I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching, especially if you made it this far in the video. If you have made it this far in the video, hey, give it a thumbs up. Really helps out a lot. If you're new around here, subscribe for more. I put up videos every day. But boys, I will see you in the next one. And a special thank you to all of my members, with a shout out to producers Antiques or Pop, Kevin Andy Stamps, ND Paper 67, Thessalonica Gaming, Obama Toes, Christopher Ryan, American Patriot LGB, Quagsire Lover 32, and executive producers Biscuits the Mallard, A137 In My Element, Mason Slash Aurelius, Rostuco Robert, Rob Coleman, Uther Ekana, Noob Rex, Jack Russell, Sagari Scarlet, Morwin, Ogan Gabriel, Demented, Brock Lowry, Jeremy Daniels, Crushland, and special thank you to channel sponsors Daniel Stevens and Maverick149. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next one.